Yep, said everybody wants to be me. The only problem is they can't even see me. Ball so hard, record labels want to sign me. Life is a race and everybody's behind me. Yep.
Tristan Lau was a seemingly happy 11th grade boy, and he was very good at lifting weights. He liked to exercise, and he also played the guitar. However, one day when he came home from school, his life changed forever.
English was pretty fun today.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked the discussion on Huck Finn. That was interesting.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, I really like Gatsby too.
That's a good book, but you know what book is the best was Tortilla Curtain.
Oh, that was really good.
That
It
was
says a lot
amazing.
about immigration.
Yeah, that's one scene with the dog though. That was kind of scary.
That was really sad. Alright, dude.
All right, I'll see you later.
See you tomorrow. What's up, Dad?
Son, take a seat. I need to talk to you. I got some sad news to tell you.
What's wrong, Dad?
Son, your Asian mother and I are getting a divorce.
Why? What happened?
I cheated on her.
Why would you do such a thing?
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
What is wrong with you? You're crazy.
Hey, Mr. B!
What? Get out of here!
I should tell Tristan about therapy.
Screwing up my life!
Wow, that's a good idea. You should think about doing that.
Let me research some.
Wow, there's a lot of local therapists here.
Someone say, therapist. So, Tristan, tell me what brings you here.
My stupid parents got a freaking divorce.
Well, that's very troubling for someone at such a young age, so I think what we're going to go with is the eclectic approach. That's an approach to psychotherapy that, depending on the client's problems, uses techniques from various forms of therapy.
Sounds good.
Now, the first thing we're going to try is called psychotherapy. That's treatment involving psychological techniques, and it consists of interactions between a trained therapist and someone seeking to overcome psychological difficulties or achieve personal growth.
Sounds good. Let's try it.
Sigmund Freud is very famous for his therapeutic technique of psychoanalysis. Freud believed that patients' free associations, resistances, dreams, and transferences, and the therapist's interpretations of them, release previously repressed feelings, allowing the patient to gain self-insights. Psychoanalysis, resistance is the blocking from consciousness to anxiety-laden material.
I had this crazy dream that I was falling, and then I woke up, and Steve was in my bed. No! Stop! Oh, that was really scary.
God, I wasn't actually falling.
What the?
I have to admit, I've had some similar dreams myself. Gathering this information that you've just told me, I'm gonna use interpretation, which is the analyst noting supposed dream meanings, resistances, and other significant behaviors and events in order to promote more insight. And I think what you're trying to relate back to is your feelings and relationship with Steve, and that goes into transference, which is in psychoanalysis the patient's transfer to the analyst of emotions linked with other relationships. I think this can be assembled into you being thankful to Steven for him looking out for you after you went through a tough time with your parents' divorce. So I think that's what that dream means. I'm not wrong.
That sounds to make sense. I feel like after Steve helped me out, like finding a therapist, I felt that he was looking out for me.
Now that that issue is resolved, I think we're going to try some psychodynamic therapy. It's therapy deriving from the psychoanalytic tradition that views individuals as responding to unconscious forces and childhood experiences, and that seeks to enhance self-insight.
Dad, play with me.
What the? Son, shut up! Can't wait to get out of here.
Yeah, I guess, thinking about that flashback, I guess I blame myself a little bit for my dad leaving our family, especially my mom.
I see. Next therapy we're going to try is the humanistic approach. Humanists believe that people are good at heart and try to help people grow to reach their full potential. Carl Rogers invented the client-centered therapy, where the patient speaks and through a self-awareness moves himself towards his own conclusion. It's self-help, and the therapist will listen without judgment and with as little input as possible.
That's interesting. Sounds like a lot of work for me.
Just give it a shot for a little bit and we'll see how it goes.
Alright, I'll give it a try. I feel like ever since the divorce, I've been feeling really depressed lately, and this has led me to not do as well as I want to on tests, sports, other standardized tests like the SAT or the ACT, and I don't know, I haven't been as healthy in general.
An important thing about the client-centered therapy was the use of unconditional positive regard, so I'm going to try that out and see how you react to it. I'm sure your parents' divorce wasn't your fault. There's probably a lot of their conflicts, not too much of you, because, parents usually do want to stay with their kids and make sure that they're raised properly, so, you're a smart kid, you're a good-looking guy, and I'm sure you do well at sports too, so, I'm sure your divorce wasn't your fault, nothing you should feel too guilty about.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Alright, so I'm glad that had a positive effect on you. Hopefully it helped out. Next, we're going to try exposure therapy, which exposes people to what they try to avoid. It tries to associate bad things with good things, and slowly you move closer to the edge of your fear, and eventually it won't be so bad. So I think it might be painful at first, but I think it'll be beneficial in the long run.
Yeah, this applies to me when I try to avoid Steve when he's with his mom, because it reminds me of how broken my family is and compared to their family, which is so perfect, and they have a great home. It just makes me feel really bad about myself and sad.
Hey boys! Congrats on finishing your AP test! In celebration, I have leftovers. Plethora of leftovers. SAT word! We have some leftover Miss Carol's mac and cheese. I'll be home at 8, so you boys enjoy.
Can't deal with it. My God.
Tristan, where are you going?
Going
Come back,
home.
we have mac and cheese! Steve, why did Tristan leave? What's wrong with him?
Probably because you embarrassed me.
Steve, no, I'm so sorry, Steve. Please, Steve, come back!
I'm sorry that was a tough thing to do, but I think it'll help you eventually. Next, we're going to try the approach of a cognitive therapist. It starts with the belief that what we think influences what we feel. In other words, what we think about a situation impacts what we feel in response to a situation. The cognitive behavioral therapy tries to change the way people think and act. It's widely practiced, and its goals are to get folks to recognize their negative thinking and to make sure that they're thinking positively. One thing I want to try out is the EMDR, which stands for the Eye Movement Desensitization and Reprocessing Test. It was developed by Francine Shapiro, and it's having your eyes dart to and fro, and it's supposed to relieve anxiety. And she reports about 84% to 100% success, so I think this might help you out. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Next, we're going to try some light exposure therapy. People tend to be depressed in really dark, wintry months, and this is called the seasonal affective disorder. And as treatment, patients were put under bright lights and they tended to feel a lot better. So first, I'm going to try with the lights off. How do you feel?
Pretty sad.
Alright, let's try with the lights on. How do you feel?
Huh, better.
Alright, so as a therapist, I had to study some psychopharmacology, and it's the study of how drugs affect the mind and behavior. And so I'm going to read you 3 types of drugs, and then I'm going to make my recommendation. First one is antipsychotic drugs. It was noticed by chance that some drugs had calming effects to people with psychosis, hallucinations, or delusions, and I don't think you really need that. So the next kind is called anti-anxiety, which depresses the nervous system, kind of like alcohol, and a common drug like that is Xanax. And then the third one is antidepressant drugs, which is, it boosts a person's mood by increasing neurotransmitters, serotonin, or norepinephrine, and I think that's probably the best one for you, antidepressant, because I don't think you're not psychotic, you're not super anxious, you're mostly just depressed about what happened with your parents, so I think that's what we're going to go with the first time.
Alright, that sounds good. I'm actually kind of skeptical about the pills. I've heard some bad things about them, and I mean, I don't want to have to take them unless I really have to.
Okay, I can understand that. Another option is electroconvulsive therapy, ECT, or better known as shock therapy. It can have very beneficial effects, but it also can have very traumatic side effects. And to better demonstrate that, I'm going to show you a video of someone who went terribly wrong on.
I'm excited for this shock therapy. After that, I think I'll take the pills.
I don't blame you. It's a good decision. Till next time.
Thank you.
It's something about the girl that just made